Jamahal Hill has fired back at Alex Pereira. After Alex defeated Khalil Rountree, Jamahal was seen yawning in the crowd. Alex responded saying maybe he just woke up from UFC 300.
Alex, Jamahal Hill was seen yawning after the fight. Looks like he's implying that the fight was boring. I'm just curious if you can respond to that.
Tá bom. Pior que é mesmo, acho que ele acabou de acordar do 300.
Yeah, maybe he just woke up from UFC 300.
On Instagram, Jamahal posted this. He wrote, "You said that, but you will see me soon, and we will see when you wake up." Khalil Rountree shared a photo of himself showing the post-fight damage today. He released a statement on his loss to Alex Pereira. He wrote, "I didn't win the title, but I grew last night. Alex Pereira, thanks for helping me see that I'm ready to take on the world. You showed amazing skill. You brought out a version of me that I needed to experience. You're the champ for a reason. Much respect. But I now know what I'm capable of. Salt Lake City, you guys were amazing and gave me such a memorable experience. I appreciate all of the positive messages from everyone around the world. Dana White, ESPN, and the entire UFC staff. Thanks for giving me a home, a place to have purpose, and providing me with challenges to overcome. Big thanks to my wife, my family, for your unconditional support. Brazil, you guys have a strong champion. Be proud. I will take time to heal from this. I'll be back even better. It's inevitable. I'm grateful. Never give up on yourself. Always fight hard. Uplift your communities, and find ways to make the most out of life. UFC 307 was a night to remember." Kevin Holland responds to the backlash he's receiving over his loss to Roman Dolidze. Holland's corner stopped the fight in the first round due to a rib injury. Holland said, "Can't have a response to everyone, but yeah, I feel like a total piece of shit. My bad to all the ones who put some bread on the line or told their friend I was gonna win. I'm a Ilia Topuria says he hopes to fight Islam Makhachev after Max Holloway.
Do you believe you can beat Islam? Es que cuántas veces ya. Claro que sí. Claro que sí. Makhachev male აუცილებლად. იმედია ამ ჩხუბის მერე. იმედია ამ ჩხუბის მერე.
After knocking out Stephen Thompson over the weekend, Joaquin Buckley believes he could do the same to Kamaru Usman. Buckley said, "I'm 5-0 in the welterweight division right now. Me putting on a tear. I feel like at the end of the day, Usman being a former champion will kind of prove and cement my name that I should fight for a title next. I think I could knock out Usman. Immediately. Yeah, immediately. Breaking records." Jon Anik and Kenny Florian have high praise for Alex Pereira and his performance at UFC 307.
There are so many different directions in which we can go when it comes to assessing this athlete. UFC 303 this summer, right? He saves the day. Second biggest card of the year to UFC 300, which, by the way, he headlined as well. Steps in for Conor McGregor, so to speak, at UFC 303. He's in Australia when he gets the call to fight Yuri Prochazka, right? Now, if he had gotten the call to fight a southpaw like Khalil Rountree Jr. with a couple of weeks to spare, he's not taking that fight necessarily, right? There's a lot of method to the madness of Alex Pereira, right? They felt like they could beat Yuri Prochazka in that setting, right? But this Rountree Jr. challenge, Kenny, the undeniable power, obviously, but the speed advantage, right? And he fought a good fight, well coached by John Wood. You know, John Wood was well within his right to suggest that his athlete could do this. What were your thoughts on the way Pereira sort of handled some of what Rountree Jr. brings to the table that maybe he hadn't necessarily seen in the UFC octagon before?
Yeah, listen, and to your point earlier about, the decisions he's making and the fights he's taking, a big credit goes to the people that he keeps around him. He's got a lot of MMA experience around him between Plinio Cruz and Glover Teixeira. But anyways, and again, this is a very intelligent man, in my opinion. I think that's underestimated. But the way that he was able to adjust the range and deal with the blitz and understand and trust the process of going, he's going to slow down. And then after round one being like, I think he's going to slow down. Let me continue taking out that lead leg. And sure enough, it took a little bit, but by round three, Khalil was not able to blitz in the same manner that he was before. And he wasn't able to reach him and touch him with the same combinations he was landing before. So I think it was, the dividends paying off with the body shots, with the calf kicks, of course, that lead leg of Khalil, and him adjusting the range, the usage of his jab, John, the use of that cross was something to behold.
Jose Aldo thanks his supporters after his loss to Mario Bautista over the weekend.
Hello everyone. Thank you Salt Lake City for everything, for support this weekend, and wait me and Saturday night for fight. Thank you so much everybody. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Alex Pereira is already back in the gym. Today he posted footage of him training with his sister.
Você tá esperando, a dificulta a perna contra o viado. Entendeu? De novo. Olha a volta no viado. Vamos, de novo, vamos. Eu não posso ficar esperando aqui, ó. Fica fácil pra mim.
Mas não fala pra gente dar um tanto de golpe pra lá pra ver? Não.
Aqui, ó. Tô indo, ó. Cheguei aqui, agora esse golpe vai ser muito forte. Então, como você vai evitar esse golpe agora? Ó, vou chegar, pum. Aí, opa, entendeu? Evita o golpe, porque aqui, evita ela chegar na força dela. Aqui não é a força dela, um exemplo. Agora, ó, cheguei agora, não, agora o golpe pra matar. Então, antes de chegar nessa situação, ó, pum. Entendeu?
Sean O'Malley says that after watching Alex Pereira over the weekend, he's fired up to fight again.
I think I'm going to be able to start like actually training late December, early January. Be back 2026. Joke, dude. Too soon, too late. I'm coming back soon. I want to fight. Dude, watching Pereira just put on that such a sick performance like that. It's like watching him just break down Khalil to where he was able to start letting his hands go after he was hurt. It's just such a sweet fight. It got me fired up.
Yeah.
Watching that compared to
what?
Wrestlers. No, I'm kidding. I like wrestling, dude. I do like wrestling. It's one of my favorite sports to
That's the thing. People
fall asleep to.
I mean, people aren't.
Tom Aspinall did a Q&A on his TikTok. Tom answers the question for what's next for him if Stipe Miocic actually beats Jon Jones.
Out of all the past heavyweight champs, who would you most want to fight?
There's been a lot of great heavyweights. Even though Cain Velasquez didn't have like the credentials of someone like Stipe, I always loved his style. And he was kind of like derailed with injuries and stuff like that. So I don't think he ever like achieved his full potential. But I think like a prime Cain and me would have been a tremendous fight.
Out of all of Jon Jones's previous opponents on his rise in the UFC, which opponent do you think would give you your toughest fight?
Well, he's fought a lot of good guys, Jon Jones, elite guys, absolute murderers, row of people. When he fought them, a lot of them were in the prime. It's hard to say. I don't know. I need to look at his resume properly.
If Stipe wins, what's next for Tom Aspinall?
I mean, that's more of a question for Stipe, I think. I will fight whoever they want me to fight, as long as it's for an undisputed title, because that's what I deserve. I'm the #1 heavyweight in the world, and I've proved it time and time again. So I should be fighting for the undisputed title next, and I won't take nothing else.
Last one, as the UFC World Heavyweight Champion, why do you think you are not as well known in the UK as a boxer holding the same title?
I think it's still on the come up. You've got to remember, it's only 31 years old, the UFC. Boxing's been around for centuries, so... but I think now we're really getting some like decent recognition. Like you say, guys like AJ and that are well more popular than I am, even though AJ's just lost. But like in this country over the last few years, it's gone massive, and I think it's just going to get bigger. In the next 10 years, I think we'll overtake boxing in terms of popularity. You know, if we just get one pay-per-view in the UK a year, like that'll do us so much good as UK MMA fighters, yeah.
Daniel Cormier had high praise for Alex Pereira. DC Reveals referee Mark Goddard told Joe Rogan that it's ungodly watching Alex Pereira hit guys and hearing the sound it makes.
The night belongs once again to Alex Pereira, the best fighter at 205 and one of the best fighters pound for pound in the world. To have skills like that, crazy. Joe Rogan said that when he talked to Mark Goddard said it's ungodly watching him hit people and hearing the sounds that it makes. You don't hear that very often from one of the best referees in the world. He's a different guy. He is a different guy. And it shows every time he's in the octagon. Congratulations, Fulton. Guys, like I said, I will never take your support for granted. I love each and every one of you. I thank you guys time and time again for giving me the opportunity to do this for you and giving me the opportunity to live the life that I live. I will never take you guys for granted, and I appreciate each and every one of you.
Conor McGregor had some harsh words for Mario Bautista after he defeated Jose Aldo at UFC 307. After the fight, Conor wrote, "Dirt decision." He continued, "Rogan said the judges weren't even looking. That was Jose's story. Bullshit decision. He has just said he was shooting in just to hold him against the fence. That's not good enough. Referees need to step in here. This sport is the fan sport. Remember this and act accordingly, referees. Going forward. Thank you." Mario responded to Conor, says that Conor can kiss his ass. Speaking to media, he said, "Conor can kiss my ass, and he can fight whenever he's supposed to. Take the fight against Chandler. Shut up." Justin Gaethje's manager Ali Abdelaziz claims that Conor McGregor turned down a fight with Gaethje multiple times. Speaking to Submission Radio, Ali said, "Let's be real. Conor McGregor will never. He got offered this fight at least 5 times. At least 5. He never wanted to have anything to do with Justin Gaethje. He said the reason he didn't want to fight Justin was because Justin talked bad to him on Twitter and Instagram before, and the history we have with him. He didn't want to lose to our team, I guess. The last 5-6 years we offered Justin Gaethje so many times. Never once, this man. Even the UFC told me this. Hey, leave him alone. Don't talk with him. He doesn't like to fight people who talk bad to him on the internet. I promise you, he likes to be the one to start the talk, and you retaliate. Why do you think Michael Chandler being so nice to him? Why? Because he was told not to talk bad to Conor. Conor has to start talking bad, and he talked bad back. He's a weak mental midget. He's soft like a marshmallow. He's a no-good son of a b****. This is what he is. It's been 6 years since Conor lost his soul to Khabib. Khabib took everything away from him. He took his manhood. He took his soul. He was never the same. He will never be the same. He took everything away from this man. This man, every time he looks at himself in the mirror, he thinks about a Dagestani guy who wears a papaha, a wig. This is incredible. He ruined him. Khabib said, "I'm going to change your face. I'm going to change your mental." Remember that? The UFC lost so much money because of Khabib, but this is the game. You have to fight the best, and Khabib was the best. At the same time, and Conor fought the best, and he got whooped. Khamzat Chimaev showed respect to Alex Pereira today. As most of you know, the two have been going back and forth for a while now.
He was fighting 84. I said, let's go fight 84. And he said, no, 93. So I said, 93 as well. Now he has the belt in 93. When I said, call him out in 93 kilos, he said, heavyweight.
Whitaker.
Guerreiro.
John Jones.
Guerreiro.
Jamahal Hill.
Bom.
Yuri Prohaska.
Muito bom.
Israel Adesanya.
Guerreiro.
Khamzat Chimaev.
Khamzat posted this to X today. He wrote, "At Alex Pereira, congratulations, only respect." And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Zexter33. It says, "Khalil's stock went up no matter what. Dude is a straight savage." The second one's from WorkLife316. It says, "Steven Seagal gonna claim he showed Shama new magic to defeat Khalil." The final one's from the Boogeyman401. It says, "Maybe he just woke up from UFC 300. Shama." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.